Hello! Following up yesterday's video on my audiobook haul for the coming months, I thought I'd give you my first impressions of the first part or chapter of each audiobook and also take the opportunity to answer Book Riot's fall-themed question on what your favourite place to read is. I just listened to the first 9 minutes of Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World sitting outside. Possibly one of my favourite places to read. Not the place I read the most, I would be lying if I claimed that to be true, but it's super nice. It's the perfect autumn weather. It's gotten warm again today, so I can actually just chill out here. I just went to dog school. I'm loving The Lost World. It starts off with our main protagonist trying to propose to the woman he's in love with, and it doesn't quite go as expected. Not what I was expecting of the book, but I'm really liking the reader of the book. I'm blanking on his name, and so far so good. This is possibly the main reason why I like reading outside, because I feel like my dog finds it less boring than when we're hanging out inside. This is where I read the most often, sitting in my chair, usually. Couldn't have planned that better. My dog joins me here and we fight for space. And this is also where I sat today to read the first part in the first short story in the Sherlock Holmes adventures by Arthur Conan Doyle. I listened to the first part of the first short story called A Scandal in Bohemia, in which Sherlock is visited by a mysterious man who he soon figures out is a duke and future king, possibly, of Bohemia. And he wants a photograph recovered by any means possible that shows him in a compromising situation with the opera singer Irene Adler. I do like the style of the stories, and I think I would get quite a lot of enjoyment out of reading Sherlock Holmes, which I never have. Unfortunately, the reader, David Ian Davis, cool name, reads it almost in a bit of an affected, sort of contrived manner. He's chosen to do voices for the different characters, and the stories are told from the point of view from Watson, who he gives a very, very low, raspy voice, which that's not how I imagined Watson. I don't know. And Sherlock Holmes has an almost sort of amused, ditzy voice, which is also really weird. And the worst part is that there's this foreign duke who he gives this sort of nondescript Eastern accent. So I'm not a huge fan of that, and I might have to get over my initial disliking of the choices that were made during the reading of these short stories. I am really liking the fashion in which the stories are told, however. And then to compare all three audiobooks that I got from the library yesterday, I also listened to the first bit of Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, of course. This is read by Alan Bennett, and I am really enjoying this, even though I'm starting to notice that I'm really quite picky with readers of audiobooks. Alan Bennett has chosen to make Alice sound almost a bit whiny, which I thought I might dislike, but I'm getting into it because I really do feel like a child listening to a bedtime story, and him making her sort of whiny as she decides whether or not to drink the potion or eat the cake, and struggle to get out of this hole in the floor that she's fallen into, really does have you at the edge of your seat, even though you know everything's going to be fine. So I am really enjoying listening to the Alice in Wonderland story, even though it is sort of pop culture. Everyone knows what the story is about, and this could actually quite genuinely be a nice one to listen to for sort of 10 minutes before I fall asleep. So out of the three stories initially, and this might just sort of be is it called the primacy effect, I am enjoying The Lost World the most. I do really think the reader, who I can look up now, is Michael Pritchard, does a really, really great job. Even though the beginning chapter is somewhat old-fashioned with his portrayal of the sort of gender roles, I'm enjoying it because I know what's to come, at least vaguely. I know it includes dinosaurs, and I like that is somehow still able to be told in an old-fashioned way, even though it's essentially sci-fi. So I am definitely going to continue listening to this one, and the others I think I'll just sort of see if it fits with the mood. But I might do some of this sitting in this chair, which is extremely old. It belonged to my boyfriend's granddad, and potentially who knows who owned this before. It has moulded to any person that sits on it, and this is where I do most of my comfy reading. I hope you're looking forward to all the fall coziness that is to come, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye!